Welcome to the pathology class. So today we are going to start with a new chapter, that is malnutrition and deficiency disorder. So in this chapter we have three parts. So in three parts we are going to study this particular chapter. So part 1, that is the introductory part, and here we are going to study about protein allergy malnutrition, the definition, and contrasting features of Kwashiorkor and marasmus. In part 2, we are going to deal with conditions resulting from vitamin deficiency, where specifically we are talking about fat soluble vitamins. And in the last part, that is a part 3, we are going to deal with conditions resulting from vitamin deficiency, where in particular we are talking about water soluble vitamins. So moving for the today's chapter, that is malnutrition and deficiency disorder part 1. So the definition of protein allergy malnutrition is goes as the inadequate consumption of protein and energy as a result of primary dietary deficiency or conditioned deficiency may cause loss of body mass and adipose tissue, resulting in protein energy or protein calorie malnutrition. So it is nothing but the deficiency of protein and energy in the body due to a primary dietary deficiency. So any deficiency which is causing these two consumption inadequately is known as protein allergy malnutrition. Moving to the next part, the spectrum of clinical syndrome produced as a result of PEM, that is protein allergy malnutrition, are number one, that is a Kwashiorkor, and number two, that is a marasmus. So what do you mean by Kwashiorkor? Which result from related to protein deficiency through calorie intake may be sufficient. In case of marasmus, it is a starvation in infants occurring due to overall lack of calories. So in case of Kwashiorkor, we don't find any deficiency of calorie intake, okay, but there is a disease related to energy, okay, but in case of marasmus we can find the overall lack of the calories, okay. So you can see the example I have, or the image I have given you. The Kwashiorkor looks like healthy, but from inside there is a deficiency of protein takes place, and in case of Erasmus, you can see there is a starvation is occurring because of the lack of calories. Moving further, here we are trying to discuss about contrasting features of Kwashiorkor as well as marasmus. So how we are going to differentiate between these two conditions. So we have given some features for the differentiating point, that are definition, how we define Kwashiorkor and how we define marasmus. Next, what are the clinical features in Kwashiorkor and marasmus, and what are the morphology we find in case of Kwashiorkor and in marasmus. So definition, the first feature of differentiation, that is in Kwashiorkor there is a protein deficiency with sufficient calorie intake. So person is taking a sufficiently calories, but there is a protein deficiency takes place by any reason. Okay. So next, the marasmus. Here there is a starvation in infants with lack of calories. So here there is a proper lack of calories are there, because of that person goes into a condition of starvation. Clinical features. Clinical features. What are the clinical features you find in Kwashiorkor? Occurs in children between 6 months and 3 years of the age. So here the Kwashiorkor disease, we have a specific age group where it found, that is 6 months to 3 years of the age. There is a failure of growth takes place. The growth the person, the baby never grows, right? So the developmental and growing will hampered. That is all the growth, right? Whether it's a physical growth or motor growth, all the growth and development is lacking in that person. Next, there is a wasting of muscle but preserve the adipose tissue. Although there is a wasting of muscle takes place, but the fat content in the body is remain. That's why the Kwashiorkor baby looks like a chubby baby. There is a edema, localized, generalized, may be present. So the edema all over the body, that is anasarca you can say, right? Or there is a localized, like one part is having edema. There is a enlarged fatty liver. So the liver is enlarged, as we say, there is a deposition of adipose tissue takes place. Okay, so because of that we can see there is a fatty liver is there. Okay, and there is a enlargement of liver takes place. The serum proteins are low, the protein level is low. There is a anemia is well marked, so the person has the well marked anemia, as because there is a intake of calorie is there, but there is a deficiency of protein is there. There is a flag sign is present in the Kwashiorkor disease, that is alternate bands of light, that is a depigmented and dark pigmented hairs. So it is called as a flag sign, where there is a alternate bands of light and dark hairs are present. Okay, that is called as a flag signs. So what are the, these are the clinical features which are there in the Kwashiorkor disease. Now moving to the, what are the clinical features are there in the marasmus. So we see first of all it is very common in the age group under 1 year of age. Okay, so the baby which is below 1 year of the age, the commonest disease they got is in PEM is marasmus. Okay, next, growth is fail. There is no growth and development is taking place properly as per the normal criteria. There is a wasting of tissues including muscles and adipose tissue. Here the adipose tissue also have the wasting with muscles and tissues. Edema is not present in the marasmus. As we see in Kwashiorkor disease, this is a well-marked edema, whether it is localized or generalized. But in case of marasmus, we don't find edema. Then there is no hepatic enlargement. So in marasmus, we never see any kind of fatty liver or hepatic enlargement as compared to Kwashiorkor disease. There is a serum protein level is low. Okay. Then we have again there is anemia is present, and we see monkey-like face where there is a protuberant abdomen, thin limbs. So there is a inverted saucer-like abdomen is there, big one, and limbs are very thin, and the face looks like a monkey face, shrunken face we can say. Next feature we are going for the morphology of Kwashiorkor as well as marasmus. So in morphology we see enlarged fatty liver in case of Kwashiorkor, and there is an atrophy of different tissues and organs, but subcutaneous fat is present in case of Kwashiorkor. As compared to marasmus, we don't find there is no fatty liver, but there is a atrophy of different tissues and organs, including subcutaneous fat. Okay, in case of Kwashiorkor, we don't have subcutaneous fat atrophy, it is present, but in case of marasmus there is atrophy of even subcutaneous fat is there. So this is all about your difference between or contrasting features between Kwashiorkor and marasmus. So here we are ending with the first part of malnutrition and deficiency. So this is the introductory chapter where we have discussed about two things, that is, one is the definition of protein energy malnutrition, and second one is the contrasting features of Kwashiorkor and marasmus. Okay, so this is according to your curriculum. So next class, part 2, we are dealing with some of the diseases pertaining to fat soluble vitamin, and in the part 3 we are going to deal with the some diseases which is occurring because of or deficiency of water soluble vitamins.